I thought I was finally getting good at Devil May Cry 3. Then the final boss humbled me. Everything I've learned was about to be tested. The combat finally started making sense. I stopped button mashing and learned how to weapon switch, and started fighting with intention. But against Virgil,
Whoa,
one mistake
okay.
was all it took. This was everything Devil May Cry 3 prepared me for. We last left off with Arkham opening the portal to the demon world. The aftermath led Virgil to be separated from us, as well as everybody wanting to go to the top to defeat Arkham, or at least get something from him. Back to Dante, we unlocked the Beowulf, the weapon Virgil was using against us. The Beowulf is a weapon I quickly learned a new skill from. As we're making our way up, we revisit a bunch of old locations. Our first stop, the place we first fought Beowulf. And it's different. In this room, we fight statues, and it's actually the first place I learned how to do drum cancels. The Beowulf was the perfect weapon to use for it. Get out. Drum canceling away. We gain a blue orb fragment for our troubles, and it's something I wish I spent more time getting and also buying from the shop. We take the blue portal and it leads us pretty much back to the beginning. I even ventured it there. Eventually, we make our way outside the tower, and we're greeted by our motorcycle, which takes us straight to the top. Well, almost to the top. Also a great weapon. We then get a quick look to see how Lady's doing. Back to Dante, we get introduced to a new enemy. Hands down one of the worst enemies I've fought. In the next room, we're greeted by new enemies. Spiders. And they know how to work together really well. We enter the main chamber, and it seems like we have to collect 3 objects. Very confusing at first, but I figured out all you had to do was hit the medallion things, and it would flip the room, allowing you to find a different fragment. After figuring that out, it didn't take us long to collect the rest of them. We get a little lost trying to find the main chamber, but in the meantime we do get air hike on Rebellion. And once we find it, we give the fragments to it. We switch back to Arkham. He wants the power of Sparta, but my question is, why does he want it? Back to Dante, I pretty much decided to permanently switch back to Swordmaster, and I do have a lot of fun with it. Our goal here is to collect 2 fragments to open a door. Alongside fighting these statues again, we get introduced to one more new enemy. As you can see, I quickly got used to Swordmaster and enjoyed it. Before we made our way back, we take on Secret Mission 10 and we easily clear it. This is followed by taking the downstairs area to collect the other fragment. Unfortunately, the fragment wasn't in this room. We later find it going the other way. It took me a long time to figure out you had to hit the 2 objects against each other and not break them individually. But once we did, we collected the fragment, and we had to fight these angels. Literally the worst enemy. I got so tired of fighting them over and over again, I just used holy water on them. We continue our ascent, skipping a couple enemies along the way, and dealing with a couple. Before moving forward, I switched to Agni and Ruja, thinking I can jump cancel without Beowulf.
Okay.
And it's here we meet up with Lady, and we get into a little bit of a fight.
I'm driven by the inability to forgive him. My soul is screaming, demanding me to kill him.
The cook.
This boss battle quickly became one of the most annoyingest, as Lady just kept running away every time I did a little damage. This made the fight go on for a super long time. But eventually I did it.
You just wasted my time, that's what you did.
I'll take care of him.
Oh.
Why do you care so much?
This whole business started with my father sealing the entrance between the two worlds. And now, my brother's trying to break that spell and turn everything into Demonville. This is my family matter too.
And after that, it seems like we came into a little bit of agreement.
How much is it gonna cost me?
Lady gives us her weapon, and at first I wasn't really sure how good it was gonna be. But it was really useful later.
But that's so trippy.
And back to Arkham, he claims the power of Sparta. And we're almost to the top, little left.
Okay.
We take a little detour and beat up some mobs. And eventually it leads us to something useful. Fragment. We try and take out the statue using Beowulf, but I unfortunately wasn't able to do it. I think being able to destroy these statues is a huge combat improvement. And it's something I do want to learn how to do. Maybe I'll make a video about it. We fight Arkham's Joker form here, which had me confused as he should be in the demon world by now. But it's a relatively simple fight. They add a little stuff when fighting him again, but it's usually not too much of a problem.
There we go.
Simple boss, and we also unlock Swordmaster level 2. Nice. First look, I was like, this has to be super easy. It wasn't. I died a lot and ended up switching to Trickster, which finally allowed me to complete it. After dealing with these new enemies, we make our way to a new boss battle, and we're fighting a shadow?
Come on, poser.
This is a boss where it's only hard because you don't know how to deal with it. Luckily for me, I quickly figured out how to deal with it. I let it dash at me, then I hit the light at the right time, which will give me a couple seconds to hit it. If you light up all the lights, it gives you a chance to deal massive damage to him, which is how I pretty much took him out. Come again? Is there some... Oh, okay. It becomes one with us, and you unlock a new power. And now it's time for us to make our way to the demon world. It's here I take my time to upgrade some of our equipment. This is cool. In the demon world, we take on the statues again. And they proceed to kick my butt. But eventually, I killed them all. After dealing with all them, you'd think the game would take it easy on me.
I'm not dealing with this.
Nah,
Absolute
it doesn't.
garbage, bro. Get the frick out my way.
What is this? When I first took on this room, I was annoyed at first. But then, thinking back on it, I really enjoyed this. It was basically a boss rush. We had a chance to refight all our old enemies. And to see how far I've really come. I would be lying if I said I took out all these bosses first try, but I did enjoy it. If you're enjoying the video so far, please be sure to like and subscribe. And also tell me in the comments, what's your favorite boss of Devil May Cry 3? It's super satisfying dealing with a boss a lot quicker than you did before. Like I said, I enjoyed the experience. I didn't fight all of them though, cause Nevan and Beowulf are really annoying bosses. I guess Arkham got his wish. Not only did he get the power of Sparta, he also can transform into him. Back to Lady, it seems like she had a guess. Our goal now is to take out Arkham, dealing with enemies along the way, and this annoying mirror fight. Finally, it's time to confront Arkham. But before that, it was time to get upgrades. And it's here I made a bad choice. I bought a purple orb instead of a bunch of blue orbs. And I would later come to regret that. Now it's time to deal with Arkham.
Let's begin the main event.
This was a boss battle I definitely struggled dealing with. Arkham had two moves that would constantly deal massive damage to me. When he turned yellow and when he turned red. And also when he would go into hiding and had all these monsters attack me. At first I dealt with them using my weapons, but even then I would still take damage. And this led to many deaths, and led to me ultimately becoming frustrated and finding new ways to take care of things. Like the rocket from Lady was able to deal with all the monsters. It also had me play really passive, and finally, I was able to do it. Sweet. When I first saw Virgil, I couldn't be more happy. I knew it was about to be super fun.
Making a big dramatic entrance and stealing my spotlight. I think he needs to learn the hard way.
Shall we lock in? I was super happy to be able to play and fight with Virgil, but one thing I quickly found out was you couldn't double trigger, and also you can't use any of your styles. Little warning, I do rage a lot.
This is so cool. I can't even double trigger. I can't.
I most definitely spent a lot of time on this boss, and compared to all previous bosses, I probably spent the most time fighting this boss. Luckily for you guys don't have to watch all those attempts. Enjoy this attempt, my best attempt. How did I deal with the second phase? I just sat back and just shot my gun. And as long as I was dealing damage, Virgil would go in and deal a bunch of damage himself. Yeah, you're screwed. And I don't even care that I'm hacking you, bro. Yeah, F you, bro. F you. Incredible.
Try it your way for once. Remember what we used to say?
Wait, this is actually so dope.
Jackpot.
Wait, that's actually so dope.
sympathy for someone's dying words.
And just like that, Arkham is finally dealt with. But there's one more thing to do. One more person to take care of. Lady. Back to Lady. It seems like she will be able to get her revenge.
What a surprise. Goodbye, Father.
Oh my gosh. I'm glad to see she got her
Yeah.
revenge. Sad to see her tear up. Now time to deal with our final problem.
Well, I want yours too.
What are you gonna do with all that power, huh?
And the question comes up again. What's the point of all this power? What is
Okay.
it for? This boss battle
Whoa, okay.
with Virgil was extremely torturous. He had longer combos, new
The hell is
attacks that I couldn't figure out.
Like, what?
I
What is-
also felt that the frame you had to attack him was
Like
a
what?
lot shorter than in the second fight. And I struggle to get it sometimes. With me failing to capitalize on the opportunities I was given, I was constantly brought to the brink of death and died. The moment I was able to capitalize on those opportunities more was where I found my flow.
No.
I was even able to find the opportunities to properly dodge some of his moves. What was my consistency awarded with? Its second phase.
Come on! Come on! You stupid! You stupid!
That was the opportunity.
Get the hell away! Get me away!
The second phase introduced Virgil doing a bunch of helm breakers on me. And it's something I struggled with so much that I eventually ended up just switching to Trickster. Luckily, by the time I was introduced to the second phase, I was already used to all its first phase moves, making him an easy target for me. This was a close fight, and I almost messed it up. But luckily for me, I was able to lock in and finish the fight once and for all. Please, no second phase. Please, please. Even after being defeated, Virgil still wasn't willing to give up. And this led him to make a choice.
Trapped in the demon world. I'm staying. This place was our father's home.
Dante had returned back to the human world
Deal.
and met up with Lady.
You're still here.
I need that back.
When I first started Devil May Cry,
You crying?
I thought it was just another hack and slash game where you mash buttons until everything was
Rain
dead.
already stopped.
I couldn't have been more wrong. Every game taught me something different. Devil May Cry 1 showed me there was more depth than I expected. Devil May Cry 3 pushed me even further. It taught me that creativity matters,
Looks like
patience matters, and every mistake has consequences. By the time I reached Virgil, I wasn't just trying to survive anymore. I was trying to fight with intention. I still made mistakes, and I still have a long way to go. But looking back at where I started, I can finally see some progress. I'm nowhere near mastering Devil May Cry, and honestly, I don't want the journey to end here. Next up is Devil May Cry 4, where I'll keep learning, keep improving, and see how much further I can still push myself. Until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
what happened next? Nothing, really. We took care of all the remaining devils, and that was it. I still have a job to do that's far from done, which is to eliminate every last demon. I need to ensure that monsters like my father never come about again. And he promised to help me hunt down the demons, even though he's part one himself. But now I realize that there are humans as evil as any devil, as well as kind and compassionate demons in this universe. At least I've found one so-called devil who is able to shed tears for those he cares about.
Devil May Cry. I guess we can see why Virgil ended up in Mundus control.
It'll be fun to fight with the Prince of Darkness. If my father did it, I should be able to do it too.
That Mundus? What do you mean it took me 4 minutes? That took me a long ass...